Mark Lascelles, Carl Darlow, and you're watching Newcastle Fans TV.
Newcastle going to Queen's Park Rangers and winning 6-0. What did Rafa Benitez say after that?
Yeah, obviously the main message was to keep our feet on the floor and continue to work hard and have a desire to get better, because it's easy when you have a good result like that away from home, and I think we're 6 unbeaten now and 6 wins on the bounce, so it's easy for the lads to lose sight of what we're aiming to do. So the main message is to keep our feet on the floor and keep working hard.
So Matt, tell us, you lose the first 2 opening games. Tell us what happened in the third game and leading up with Rafa, because obviously you've had an incredible run and there must have been a lot of hard work from that moment.
Yeah, I think I said actually after the second game I did an interview, and you can imagine that everyone, as soon as I arrived up here, everyone said, you'll romp the league, it's yours already. And I was saying to him, I said, you don't understand, this league's tougher than what you think. And I honestly do think that was the best thing that happened to us. Us losing the first 2 games is the best thing that could have happened. It gave not only, I don't think that the players was taking it for granted, but I don't think everyone in the dressing room was aware of how tough it was going to be this season, and especially the fans as well. I think it made a few people realise actually these teams in the Championship aren't that bad, as you know. So yeah, I think that going into the third game, obviously there was pressure from the fans, as there always is, and I think that the lads really, that was probably a turning point, you'd say now, because the lads really stepped up and put in a great performance. So yeah, as I say, I think that losing the first 2 was a blessing in disguise.
Matt, what about the move itself? When you went from Bournemouth to Newcastle, £12 million changed hands. Did you have any doubt about making that move to the North East?
I wouldn't say I had doubt. I had to think about it. Obviously, I love my time at Bournemouth. I had a fantastic time there. From the day I joined, there was success, and it was great to be a part of that. And obviously, I had a lot of close friends there, and as you know, it was a fantastic club. So it was a tough decision. But when someone like Rafa Benitez is one of your services, and a club like Newcastle, to play as a kid, to play in front of 50,000 fans is what you dream of, and it really is special up here.
What's he like, Matt? Tell us a bit about Rafa. What's his style?
It's fantastic, to be fair. He's very calm. You don't often see him get too animated. He gets his messages across very clearly. I was just listening to the show there, and he was talking about keeping things simple and A, B, and C, and that's very much what it's like. I think we do the simple things well. We get good shape. I think it shows from. I think we've had 4 clean sheets now on the bounce, and it just shows that we get the defensive shape right, and the shuffle and the block, and then with the attacking quality that we've got in the team, then we'll always score goals.
Matt, it's Dean. A couple of things I wanted to ask you. Can you believe how big the club is at first when you get to Newcastle? I knew it from the outside, but I was there as coach. You just can't believe the enthusiasm, the supporters, and how big the club is. Did you have a shock?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's, I mean, the match day is just something that I'd obviously played here last season, and it was a tough time at the club at the time, and even then, the first half, the fans were unbelievable. So that gave me an insight of it. But since I've arrived now, you don't realise. I mean, during the summer holidays, you turn up for training, there could be between 20 and 30 kids outside the training ground waiting for autographs every day, and it's like that don't happen all the time.
3,000, Matt, made the trip last night. You know, from Newcastle down to London, 574 miles.
Yeah, no, I think someone was saying the other day that until March, all the away games are sold out. So it just shows the support we've got all over the country, which is fantastic because, as I say, the first 2 games, the fans were a little bit surprised, I think, at the results, and there was some, obviously, as you can imagine, the press was a little bit harsh, and
if you win, you walk on water up there. If you can get up this year, you'll be a legend forever. The other thing I was going to ask you, you've got Eddie Howe as your manager, Gordon Strachan, and Benitez in a short period of time. How do you manage? Do you get different? Do they ask you to play a different way, or do they all say roughly the same things? And what's their strengths?
No, yeah, I'd say they're all very different. To be fair, Eddie obviously was a very typical football. Like I'd say a new breed of football sort of thing. We was total football. We didn't ever go away from that, and it was successful for us. So when you go away with Scotland, obviously you're a little bit of a different team. With when you play the top teams, you have to play it set up a little bit differently. And I'd say the same with the manager now. We sort of, it's a different style. Obviously he's managed all over the world, and it's a little bit different. We differ from, sometimes we press, sometimes we block, and I think he wants the players to be a little bit more aware of on the pitch that you have to make a decision when's the right time to go, and puts a little bit more responsibility on the players. Whereas in reflection to what we did at Bournemouth, it was 90% of the time we would press. So yeah, it's all very different. But it's fantastic for the players, because I mean, especially myself, I feel like I'm learning.
Well, going back to last night, Matt, I was just looking at your subs bench, and it is nice having Dwight Gale and Diarme just the two with goals and new signings on your bench. It gives you a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, no, for sure. The club have recruited really well, and showed real intent in what their plan is, and to get back to the Premier League. And I think you mentioned Dwighty and Mo, and we had Darryl Murphy as well, who wasn't even in the squad last night. And so it just shows that we've got strength and depth, and I think that's going to be a real key to our success if we're to have some. We can keep the team fresh. Isaac Hayden come in last night and didn't play at Derby, and was fantastic for us. So just shows the depth we've got. And as I say, I think throughout a long season with a lot of games, it could be a key factor.
Well done, though, Matt. Your next game's against Wolves on Saturday. Good luck with that. Thanks for joining us this morning, Matt.
Thanks
Thoroughly
very much.
appreciate it.
Good luck,
Terrific.